Did anything go wrong during the course where you had to maybe re-drill some holes?
Yes, there was some holes that were re-drilled.
Yep, that's right. Welcome to a bonus episode of Where I Bike. Where I Bike is a series where I travel around visiting bike shops and bike people all over the country. The purpose of Where I Bike is to learn about what they do, how they do it, and where they do it. Where I Bike Series 1 ended just over a week ago now, and I got a little bit sad, and then I got a little bit happy again because I made another episode. As a lot of you know, I work at Stayer Cycles, and one of the best parts of that job is I get to see people attend and build bikes on the 101 frame building course. So this episode of Where I Bike is all about Tom and his journey on building his very first custom bike frame. Tom got into bikes when he was a kid, like most people do, just learn how to ride a bike. By 10, he was riding BMX, meeting friends, and getting into the world of cycling. Skipping forward a bit, he got into retro bikes and builds 26s and tinkers around with bikes most of the time. Through his fascination of bikes and love of them, his friends and family actually came together and they paid for him to do the course. So let's go meet Tom, learn a bit more about him and his relationship with bikes and what it was like to build a bicycle frame from scratch.
I'm Tom. I'm a lighting technician and I work in TV and film. And this is my bike. That has nothing to do with my job.
Okay, so how did you first get into bikes?
First got into bikes when I was a kid, riding a bike really young, like kind of everyone does. And then from the age of maybe 9 or 10, started riding BMX. And that sort of was where it all really took off for me. And that became quite an obsession of like every single day after school, traveling with it as well, like making new friends, going to different cities, all of that. And that's what really became like the real start of biking in the community of that.
How did you get into because you ride retro bikes and stuff as well, right? You got some 26s.
Yeah, so I've got quite a few bikes now. I think like anyone that starts to build bikes and ride bikes, you end up with far too many. And yeah, just started sort of building some weird different ones that I liked, and then it sort of spiraled from there. But a lot of it has been from Craig's videos.
Shut up.
No, but it has. It's like having a YouTube following and like being able to see other people not be perfect with everything and just sort of build bikes in their back garden. It becomes so much more accessible for everyone. And it's not just like, I need to buy a bike and have a bike shop service it and do everything perfectly. It's like, I'm going to build this weird old school bike and just chuck a load of parts on it and hope that it works. And it might be some really fun thing to ride. You know, that's why I've sort of figured out what bars I like and figured out what sizes of bike that I ride.
I didn't pay him to say any of that. Okay, so this is the bike. This is the bike you built on the actual course itself. Can you show us around some of the... First, let's talk about some of the accessories and stuff you've bought for the bike so far.
So really the first accessories are the bags. So the big Wizard Works frame bag and the front bag, just for being able to store all of your shit, basically. I love a bike that you don't have to wear a rucksack for. Keep all your tools with you, just be prepared. And then it's the racks, really. Again, it's bottle cage with the zero clearance.
Yeah.
Can't even get your finger in. And then the specialized pizza rack, just a classic that just works. That's been modified so it's just bolt on.
So you're not using that little triangle bit?
No. So no triangle. A little stay that I bent slightly taller. so that it all fits.
Yeah.
So it's super quick to pull all on and off, 3 bolts, that's it.
So going through, 26s and all the different bikes you've got, you've now come right up to the point where now you've actually built your first frame from scratch.
Yeah.
What actually made you think about doing the course? Like, did you always want to build a frame, or like how did you decide, actually, I'm going to do this?
Yeah, so I did always want to build stuff. I'm very hands-on as a person. So I'm always tweaking, I'm always tinkering. There's always bits that I'm like drilling holes where they shouldn't be. And I was incredibly lucky. So for my 30th birthday, all of my family and all of my friends for the present chipped together and they paid for the course for me. So it's a massive, massive privilege. Like, I would never have the money to spend and be able to do this. So it was incredible just to have that and have, I don't know, just friends and family that really care and understand what you want to do and just to give you the opportunity. Yeah, it was a fucking surprise. My partner I literally came home from work one day and she was like, I'm going to tell you what your birthday present is. And I was like, why now? And she was like, because you need to book in your consultation. I was like, I know what you've booked.
The fork, where did you get the fork from?
The fork is from Thorn and it sort of fits with the styling. So this sort of big, flat, chunky plate that also matches the yoke that we went for. So that's a nice sort of tie-in together that just gives it that big, chunky aesthetic. The same with the seat stay bridge, just to have that big, flat plate. And then handlebars are from Stridland, just massive, comfy bars, loads of sweep, loads of rise. Just, yeah, they're my favourite handlebars. I've got 2 pairs.
Have you? Yeah. What's the other set on?
Other sets on the GT91 Karakoram.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have the consultation before you actually do the actual course itself. Tell us a bit about that. Like, did Sam help you with, like, because you knew what you wanted to build, but like, did Sam help you with that sort of stuff as well? Like,
yeah. So in the consultation, I spoke with Sam. I kind of had rough ideas. I definitely went into it with a lot more ideas, and he sort of channeled me in the right direction. Although he was very much like, there's no idea that's too stupid, there's no idea that's too crazy, which is also great.
Yeah.
So he definitely helped guide, but there's so much freedom within that. It's not just you're building a hardtail, it's not just you're building a gravel bike, it's not just you're building some rigid bike. It's like, there's kind of scope to go anywhere in between. Even just that, and just knowing and seeing on screen, like Sam designs everything in bike CAD and you can see a rendering of what you're actually going to be building, and just even that is so helpful, because just visually you want it to look nice as well. Like, you could have a bike that's perfect geometry for you but look visually not particularly nice, and actually Sam tweaks things in certain ways and makes sure like your rake is correct and your trail, and making sure the head tube's the right angle for you, and all those little small details that he does. It enables you to have a really great bike that you've designed, that he's had a hand in producing, because the guys at Stayer have like so much knowledge about this because that's what they do. So it's like, why wouldn't you trust them?
Yeah. Did anything go wrong during the course where you had to maybe re-drill some holes?
Yes, there was some holes that were re-drilled. There was actually 2 things that went wrong.
Yeah.
So as you can see, there is mounts on my seat tube that are on both sides. So now they're multiple fender mounts for optimum position. The other thing was the mitre on my seat tube, we cut too high, so we had to just push it forward a little bit in the slot and make it fit with the bottom bracket. But again, it's not a problem. I don't know, I think building a custom bike like this and building it all from scratch, you have to live with all the quirks and you have to embrace those things. Like, if you want a perfect thing, go and buy something off the shelf, because it isn't for you. But actually having this handmadeness, all the little bits and pieces, all the weird nuances, it tells a story. Classic maintenance, hit it with a hammer.
You've not built something yet, you, hammer.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, the whole reason for building this bike is originally going to be 26 plus, which you soon realise there's no tyres that you can get. It's really hard to get stuff in the UK. Even rim selection is really difficult. So I went 27.5 650B for everything, and I was like, if I can't have 26 plus, I want the biggest that I can fit. So this is 3-inch, and they are a true 3-inch, just for proper analog suspension.
Yeah.
Because full rigid, you need to have some squish. These are the SKS 75s, which they fit. They're not designed to fit.
Yeah.
But they fit.
You
make
told
it
me,
work.
You told me there's a couple of mods you had to do to get them to fit.
Yeah, so there's this got a slight angle grind to try and make it fit in place, a little angle bracket, and then also when I was building the bike, I made a slight error and put the bottle mounts on the wrong side. But they've come in very handy because I'm using 2 of them for my fender, so I have multiple fender placement.
That's brilliant. It worked out. See?
Yeah, exactly. Custom bikes for these reasons.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's
where else are you
meant
going to see this?
Exactly. What was it like doing the whole week there? Was it? Did you get loads of support and stuff? And what was the environment like?
The environment's great, just because you're with other people that really love this. Like, they really love building bikes, and also you're with other people that are learning at the same time. I think that's a big deal. If you're on your own learning one-to-one, you can feel like you're not doing things correctly always. Whereas with other people are making mistakes too, and people are learning and doing it at different speeds. And that environment of being in a workshop, being able to fail at the same time, is really valuable.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you just feel really confident in what you're doing, because it doesn't have to be perfect and everyone works at a different speed, but you've also got the support there where people are going to help you when you need help, but also they'll happily, if you just want to get on with something, you can just crack on with it. And that's also great, because you end up self-teaching a little bit as well, but you've always got someone to turn around and be like, am I doing this right? Is this stupid? Like, asking people questions. So from the first 3 days of the course is very much about the technique, the building, making sure you're comfortable with the material and what you're actually making before you just sort of let loose to build a frame. And because you're not going to be perfect on day one, definitely like learning to fillet braze. The ones that I did on day one, and then the ones that I did by sort of day 4 are night and day.
Yeah.
So being able to sort of work your way into it and having the confidence within that is just really helpful. Just to not just be like, it's a steep learning curve, but it's not a steep learning curve on your own bike. So you can do it in processes and learn techniques as you go. Group set was a friend of mine, Jan, gave me this SLX derailleur maybe 2 years ago. Crankset was £22 from eBay for a nice
Sick.
SLX crankset.
Sick.
So it was like, just get stuff used. I'm always like an advocate of like, buy used, try and fix it yourself, give it a clean up. I don't know, there's too much in the bike industry that's just thrown away. So it's like, try and actually keep stuff going for a really long time. Hope brakes, where it's a bit of bling for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, hope you call them, some guy in Barn Oldswick picks up and you go, I need an O-ring for this little thing, and they're like, yeah, sure, we've got them from 40 years ago. It's like, it's nuts.
Yeah. Nice little Brook saddle.
Yeah, Brook saddle that is quite heavily used. That's probably got like a lot of miles on it. It's definitely had some wear.
Looks good like that though.
Yeah,
that's the way
you need all these bits. So it's like, it's quite nice to have like not brand new stuff on everything, although it looks all quite clean.
Yeah.
It's just about having small little touches, especially stuff like this that you want to break in. Yeah.
Now that it's all built up, I mean, knowing you and some of the bikes you've built and what you do, like, it's not finished, obviously. There will be things you will change over time, but like, now it's all built up. Is it kind of what you expected it would be? Like, does it feel, or is it anything that surprised you now you've ridden it?
There's definitely some surprises, but in a good way. So I am the most impatient person when it comes to stuff like this. So literally the Friday night when we finished the course, where the frame was built, I took it home and I put some wheels on it and I went for a little ride around. No brakes, no gears, no nothing, just to feel the geometry. Because as much as you know what it's going to be on paper, actually riding it is a complete different experience. And that was my real surprise of like, this actually fits so much better than I could ever expect. And actually it was perfect to what I designed and what I wanted. Like, just all of it works. It all just works together perfectly. And that was the biggest surprise for me, because a lot of the old bikes that I ride, like the 90s mountain bikes, they're not designed for this geometry. Hence, you put toolbars on them, you have to change little bits and pieces, you have forks with longer sweep. So having something that is like purpose built, that just fits all the requirements perfectly, is incredible. It's quite simple, I know, but it's like, it all works perfectly. And it's
perfect,
all
yeah.
like perfectly serviceable and just solid. I wanted something that's not going to be just falling apart, parts that you can get anywhere in the world, just stuff that just works, you know, tried and true.
And there we have it. I should probably point out, my voice was a little bit gravelly throughout that video. It was because the night before I went out and had a very, very nice night and was extremely hungover. So thank you, Tom, massively for not only coming and hang out with me, going for a ride, letting me talk about your bike and video you recording about it, but also put up the hungover Craig. So again, thank you, Tom, for letting me be a part of that journey. Like I said, I do work at Stayer Cycles, so I was there anyway. But it was nice to be able to kind of like really see the process and then just chat to him about it afterwards. I'm going to link Tom's account down below, but also Stayer's website. If you are interested in doing a frame building course, I'm very biased, so listen to what Tom just said, not what I'm about to say, but it's really, really good. And if you are in the UK and you want to get into doing that sort of thing, there's a link to that part of the website as well. And that's it. I said this at the end of the last episode of the series, that now this is the last episode, but this series has been really good for the channel. You guys have really loved doing it, and I'm not gonna lie, I've probably enjoyed editing these videos and making these videos more than anything else I've ever done on the channel. So this ain't going away now. There's gonna be a lot of these videos. It's just gonna take me a little bit of time between series to kind of gather all the footage and stuff and edit it all up, so it will be a little bit of time before the next series, but I do have some things planned for the new year, so it's not going to be that long. So if you're new to the channel from this video or any of the videos in this series, hello, welcome, thank you for hanging around and seeing this much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you can actually do it by hitting that button just there, and it helps me out a bunch. And if you can't wait until the next video, that one there is a particularly good one.